Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. Take a look at this carb. I just couldn't pass. I had to grab it. It's been on my watch list for a while, and I had a voucher that I could use against the purchase of it, which worked out real well. Yeah, I couldn't pass it up. I just had to have it for my original Bud Moore NASCAR top.
Oh yeah, wow, badass, freaking badass. Take a look at that, fully refurbished, reconditioned, and all re-zinc dichromated. Genuine 1050 Holley list, 4575. The 12R 4325B. I'll just spin that around for you. Better be careful. Man, this thing's beautiful. There we go, guys. The list 4575. This would have had the genuine Venturi housings popping out up here, and these were specifically, this one's been machined down, but yeah, you can see that body housing that it has there.
Yeah, like I said, I was watching this thing for a while and just hesitating, but once I watched my YouTube buddy's channel, Andy Wood's Unity Motorsports Garage, and after seeing his independent runner twin Dominator original carbs that he got and spoke about, it just pumped me up. It was just a calling card. I had to pounce and grab this thing.
Yeah, guys, just a beautiful job on this restoration. Again, I'll need to mention Jeff and Kerry from Carb, and they, you know, completely build and rebuild and recondition all type of carbs. Awesome job. They're in the next state, so you know, if they were any closer, I would have loved to have given them my tri-power carbs. Man, this is awesome. And you know, there's a bit of a story to this. What I did with this, I had it on my watch list for a while, and you know, I was just iffing and ahhing if I was going to go for it and purchase it. But you know, what better carb? I mean, I've always had this particular carb on my mind, but what better carb to complement my original Bud Moore Box Plenum Cleveland top, because this is the carb that they raced with on that top that I have in NASCAR back in '72. But man, this thing has got the original metering blocks, so you probably can't see because this camera's a bit crappy at zooming in, but the metering blocks are stamped 4575 on both of them, and that is rare. I mean, you know, over the years, a lot of guys will mix and match metering blocks, like different numbers and serial numbers, but yeah, I was just after this carb for a while. This is the genuine Boss429 Holley Dominator carb that they used back in the day on NASCAR and all that business. But yeah, and this has been machined down. Okay, so it's not, you know, fully original and true to its era, because they have machined down the extended you know, main body Venturi housings. They usually come up about that high, and then they got on one side, they got a choke pot, a choke flap, and that's all gone. And you can even see it's got all the machine down marks over here, not everywhere, but at some places. And you know, they've carefully gone around and machined around that. Your air cleaner thread, Boss there. Yeah, it's just awesome. And you can tell that because it's got this extra bit of housing that comes up along like as an attached column, and that's how you can tell these are the real ones. Later on, they actually made Holley carbs out of the box, already machined down, that look very similar to this, but it's not this. This one's the real deal. Man, just an awesome job. Badass.
Yeah, so it's basically, you know, $470 US at my door, and you know, you can't complain about that. This thing is vintage. It's pretty rare, these carbs, and it's fully rebuilt with, you know, matching metering blocks, and I can't complain about that.
Now this is what you call an awesome resto. Everything is re-zinc dichromat coated and zinc coated, every bit of it. Take a look at all these inserts, all those gold inserts in there, just beautiful. Wow, it's just badass. I'll flip it around, take a look at the and you know, with these carbs, you know, they sit pretty level. Like, yeah, the accelerator pump, you know, there's overhangs and that, but it's not like your normal Holleys where all these shafts hang real low and you need, you know, you need spacers and you need, you know, a bit of a rise in your intake plenum to clear all that stuff. But take a look at that. Everything is adjusted, recoated, brand new, re-anodized, gold plated. Man, this thing's too good to run. I'm serious. But yeah, they have test run it, I can tell, because it's got a little fuel smell in it, and that's what they do. They usually got a test mule engine on a stand, and they just, you know, just hot run test them just to make sure the shaft and thing, and you know, they assured me that it's perfect, it's good to go, you know, it's just like brand new.
Yeah, it's 50 plus years old, and sure, you know, there might be a few things on there that aren't original, but you know, the metering blocks and the 4575 main body is what I was after. And yeah, look, fair enough, the choke extension housings have been machined down, which was a common thing. A lot of guys did that for hood clearance and for extra flow and performance. But have a look here at the later versions where they actually came out without the choke horns, and there are some differences that I've pointed out here. But on the 4575, you've got those columns on the sides, and you've got a few other things you can just tell that, you know, that's what they are. Yeah, and I can't believe I grabbed this thing for the price that I scored it for. The thing's just better than brand new. And sure, look, you know, it's been machined down, and sure, it's not full, genuine, unmolested, original, new, old stock condition or what have you. But, you know, I'm more than happy. And it's just more to complement my original NASCAR top on my very rare intake. And who knows, we might do some back-to-back tests and see what really works and what really doesn't.